Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtike. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 8, talks between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai, text 176 onwards. So yesterday we saw how Ramananda Rai described the glories, qualities of Srimati Radharani. So further he's speaking. सौभाग्य तिलक चारु ललाते उज्ज्वला प्रेम वैचित्य रत्न हृदय तरला. The tilak of good fortune is on her beautiful broad forehead. Her various loving affairs are a gem, and her heart is a locket. Madhya Vayas Sakhi Skande Karanyasa Krishna Lila Manovriti Sakhiya Shipasha. Srimati Radharani's Gopi friends are her mental activities, which are concentrated on the pastimes of Shri Krishna. She keeps her hand on the shoulder of a friend who represents youth. Radharani's 8 companions, Ashtasakhi, are different varieties of pleasure connected with the pastimes of Krishna. Following those pastimes of Krishna are other activities which are represented by the assistants of the gopis. So Ashtasakhi, they are the main ones, although there are so many gopis and so many sakhis. The main are these 8 sakhis. Nij anga sora bhale garva paryanka tate vasi ache sada chinte Krishna sanga. Srimati Radharani's bedstead is pride itself, and it is situated in the abode of her bodily realm. She is always seated there thinking of Krishna's association. Krishnama guna yasha avatansha kane Krishnama guna yasha pravahvachane. Srimati Radharani's earrings are the name, fame, and qualities of Lord Krishna. The glories of Lord Krishna's name, fame, and qualities are always inundating her speech. Krishna ke karai sham ras madhupan nirantar purna kare Krishnera sarvakam. Srimati Radharani induces Krishna to drink the honey of the conjugal relationship. She is therefore engaged in satisfying all the lusty desires of Krishna. Krishnera Vishuddha Prema Ratnera Akara Anupama Guna Gana Purna Kaleva. Srimati Radharani is a mine filled with valuable jewels of love for Krishna. Her transcendental body is complete with unparalleled spiritual qualities. Ka Krishnasya Pranay Jani Bhu Srimati Radhikayaka Kasya Preyasi Anupam Guna Radhikayaka Nachanya Jahmyam Keshe Drishi Taralata Nishthuratvam Kuchayasya Vansha Purtiyaye Prabhavati Hare Radhikayaka Nachanya. If one asks about the origin of love of Krishna, the answer is that the origin is in Srimati Radharani alone. Who is the most dear friend of Krishna? The answer again is Srimati Radharani alone, no one else. Srimati Radharani's hair is very curly. Her 2 eyes are always moving to and fro, and her breasts are firm. Since all transcendental qualities are manifested in Srimati Radharani, she alone is able to fulfill all the desires of Krishna, no one else. This is a quotation from Sri Govinda Lilamrit by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. It is a verse in the form of questions and answers describing the glories of Srimati Radharani. So further he says, Yar Saubhagya Gun Vanche Satyabhama, Yar Thai Kala Vela Sikhe Vrajram, Yar Saundaryadi Gun Vanche Lakshmi Parvati, Yar Pati Vrata Dharma Vanche Arundhati. Even Satyabhama, one of the queens of Shri Krishna, desires the fortunate position and excellent qualities of Srimati Radharani. All the gopis learn the art of dressing from Srimati Radharani, and even the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, and the wife of Lord Shiva, Parvati, desire her beauty and qualities. Indeed, Arundhati, the celebrated chaste wife of Vasishtha, who also wants to imitate the chastity and religious principles of Srimati Radharani. Arundhati wants to imitate the chastity and religious principles of Srimati Radharani. Now, talking about chastity, in their pastimes, Radharani was married to a person named a Gopa named Abhimanyu, not Mahabharata Abhimanyu. That's a Gopa named Abhimanyu. And her mother-in-law is Jatila and sister-in-law is Kutila. That's a name. Wonderful names. And they're always, Jatila and Kutila, always trying to prevent, obviously, from Radharani from her going to meet Krishna or Krishna coming to meet her. One day, to glorify Srimati Radharani. Now, Krishna is son of Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya, and they are the king of Braj. Yeah, Nanda Baba is considered king of Braj. So one day, to glorify Srimati Radharani, Krishna, either he got sick or somehow he put that condition. What was the condition? Yeah, he got sick. He pretended he got sick. And he made an announcement that if somebody brings a pot of water, some lady brings a pot of water from Yamuna, and the pot will have 1,000 holes in it. And if she brings, and only a chaste lady, the most chaste lady can bring without spilling a single drop of water. And if I bathe with that water, I'll be cured. Now, Yashoda Maya, of course, the ladies would say, well, okay, gopis can try, but why would Jatila and Kutila would try? But Yashoda Maya was there, then okay, everybody has to try. So Jatila and Kutila, they were like, okay, they were celebrated as most chaste ladies in the whole branch. So obviously when Jatila went, as soon as she filled up that pot with 1,000 holes, and as soon as it came out of the Yamuna, there was no water left in the pot. And everybody, all the gopis started to laugh, and Kutila, same thing happened. Then everybody suggested, let Radharani. Everybody calls her, oh, you are unchaste, you are this, you are that. Let her try it. And Radharani, when she filled up that pot with 1,000 holes and put it on her head, and not a single drop of water came out. And she brought that pot to Krishna, and Krishna bathed with her. So this is her chastity. Her chastity is also proved by when she appeared in Raval. We went there last year. She did not, even as baby Radharani, she did not open her eyes, or she did not speak anything, and she did not speak anything till she saw Krishna. Baby Krishna came and Then that was the first time she opened her eyes, opened her lotus eyes, and that was the first time she said something. For her, Krishna is the only one matters. That's it. Then who's Abhimanyu? Abhimanyu is considered as incarnation of shadow of Krishna. So she cannot, Radharani cannot be touched by anybody other than Krishna. So shadow of Krishna is Krishna. So she got married to Abhimanyu. But she would still not let him near her. And also Abhimanyu, the literal meaning is one who doesn't exist. The shadow of Krishna is there just for the pastimes, otherwise it doesn't exist. So that is Radharani's chastity. And so Arundhati is also, she wants to imitate the chastity and religious principles of Srimati Radha. Yara Shadgun Ganane Krishna na pae para tar gun ganibe ke mane jiva chara. Even Lord Krishna himself cannot reach the limit of the transcendental qualities of Srimati Radharani. How then can an insignificant living entity count them? Even Krishna cannot reach the limit of the transcendental qualities of Srimati Radha. So she's not just, sometimes she's personification of Aladani potency of Krishna. That's not just it. She is a person. She loves Krishna. She wants to serve Krishna more than anybody. She serves Krishna. And the qualities she has, it is said, even Krishna himself cannot reach the limit of the transcendental qualities of Srimati Radharani. That's her position. Prabhu kehe jani lo Krishna Radha prema tattva, shunite chahiye duhar vilasa mahatva. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, now I have come to understand the truth of the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. Nonetheless, I still want to hear how both of them gloriously enjoy such love. राय कहे कृष्ण है धीर ललित निरंतर काम क्रीड़ा जहार चरित्र. Rai Ramanand replied, Lord Krishna is Dhir Lalita, for he can always keep his girlfriends in a subjugated state. Thus his only business is enjoying sense gratification. Not in the way we understand, but spiritual sense gratification. We should always remember that Krishna's sense gratification is never to be compared to the sense gratification of the material world. As we have already explained, Krishna's sense gratification is just like gold. The perverted reflection of that sense gratification found in the material world is just like iron. So Krishna's sense gratification is like gold, and our sense gratification is like iron. The purport is that Krishna is not impersonal, first of all. He has all the desires that are manifest in the perverted reflection within this material world. However, the qualities are different. One is spiritual and the other is material. Just as there is a difference between life and death, there is a difference between spiritual sense gratification and material sense gratification. Vidagdo Nava Tarunya Parihasa Visharada Nischinto Dhir Lalita Syat Praya Prayasi Vasha. A person who's very cunning and always youthful, expert in joking and without anxiety, and who can keep his girlfriends always subjugated is called Dhir Lalita. So this is verse from Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. रात्रि दिन कुंज क्रीड़ा करे राधा संगे कैशोर वयस सफल केला क्रीड़ा रंगे. Day and night, Lord Shri Krishna enjoys the company of Srimati Radharani in the bushes of Vrindavan. Thus his pre-youthful age is fulfilled through his affairs with Srimati Radharani. Vacha Suchita Sharvari Rati Kala Pragalbhaya Radhikam Vrida Kunchit Lochanam Virachayan Agre Sakinam Asau Tadvakshoruha Chitra Keli Makari Panditya Param Gata Kashuram Safali Karoti Kalyana Kunje Viharam Hari. Thus, Lord Shri Krishna spoke of the sexual activities of the previous night. In this way, he made Srimati Radharani close her eyes out of shyness. Taking this opportunity, Shri Krishna painted various types of dolphins on her breast. Thus, he became a very expert artist for all the gopis. During such pastimes, the Lord enjoyed the fulfillment of his youth. Again, we might say, oh, this is not, we are expecting these kind of statements or pastimes of Krishna. But this quotation is also found in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. First of all, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, written by Rupa Goswami. And this is a quotation, so original words must have happened somewhere else. And who is speaking? Ramananda Rai, to whom? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All, even if we consider materially self-realized souls, sadhus of the highest order, sannyasi, Mahaprabhu himself is a sannyasi. If somebody thinks something wrong in this verse speaking and Mahaprabhu is listening, then something is wrong with that person who thinks something is wrong with Mahaprabhu. We cannot understand all these pastimes. But one thing that Prabhupada already explained, Krishna's pastimes are all spiritual, transcendental. No tinge, not even a tinge of material inability and material faults in those pastimes. Prabhu kahe eho hai, aage kaha aar, Rai kahe iha vai buddhi gati nahiya. Now Mahaprabhu says, eho hai, this is good, but please continue. At that time, Ramanand Rai replied, I don't think my intelligence goes beyond this. Eva prema vilas vivarta ek hai, taha shuni tomara sukha hai ki na hai. Rai Ramanandan informed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that there was another topic known as Prema Vilas Vivart. You may hear of this from me, Ramanand Rai said, but I do not know whether you'll be happy with it or not. So as I explained, Mahaprabhu is hearing first time in this pastime, first time from Ramanand Rai, the moods of Krishna and Radharani for Krishna, the love of Radharani for Krishna. And this is what he had come to experience this. So this is theoretical. And then when he goes back to Gambhira and Ramanand Rai, after some time he joins him. And Swarup Damodar is there. So Ramananda is Vishaka and Swarup Damodar is Lalita Sakhi. Then he experiences those moods of Radha. Now he is hearing about this. And the experience is so, he could not control himself. So great. So these statements are set forth for our understanding according to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amrit Pravaha Bhashya. In essence, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Ramanand Rai, my dear Ramanand, the explanation you have given about the goal of life and the pastimes of Srimati Radharani and Krishna is certainly the truth. Although this is factual, you can continue telling me more if there is anything more to say. In reply, Ramanand Rai said, I do not think I have anything to say beyond this, but there is a topic known as Prema Vilas Vivart, which I may explain to you. I do not know whether it will bring you happiness or not. Eta bali apan krita gita ek gahila, prema prabhu swahaste tara mukha achadi. Saying this, Ramanand Rai began to sing a song he had composed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out of ecstasy of love of Godhead, immediately covered Ramanand's mouth with his own hand. The topics that are about to be discussed between Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai cannot be understood by a materialistic poet, nor by intelligence or material perception. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur states that the spiritual mellow can be realized only when one is situated on the transcendental platform beyond the material stage of goodness, beyond even material stage of goodness. Only when one is situated at the transcendental platform, then he can realize this, then he can appreciate this, then he can understand this also. That platform is called Vishuddha Sattva, Sattam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam. Realization of Vishuddha Sattva platform is beyond the pale of the material world and is not perceived by bodily senses or mental speculation. Our identification with the gross body and subtle mind is different from spiritual understanding. Since the intelligence and mind are material, the loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are beyond their perception. Sarvopadi viniramuktam tatparatvena nirmalam. When we are free from all material designations and our senses are completely purified by the bhakti process, we can understand the sense activities of the absolute truth. So when we are free from material designations and our senses are completely purified, it's not that easy to understand Radha Krishna's pastimes. Even though sometimes we find people, we meet devotees who might act that they are on that level. They might be. But chances are they are not. It's a very, very high platform. See, Prabhupada clearly says, Sarvapadi Viniramuktam and Tattaparatvena Nirmalam. This is verse from Nectar of Devotion. When we are at that level, then, only then, we can understand. The spiritual senses are beyond the material senses. A materialist can think only of the negation of material variety. He cannot understand spiritual variety. He thinks that spiritual variety simply contradicts material variety and is a negation or void, but such conceptions cannot even reach the precincts of spiritual realization. So again, Prabhupada has given long purport to make sure we understand that not all of us are on that level. We just have to come to that level. That's all. There are three books prominent in this connection. One was written by Bhakta Das Baul and is called Vivarta Vilas. Another was compiled by Jagadanand Pandit and is called Prem Vivarta, and Sri Ramanand Rai's book is called Prem Vilas Vivarta. The Vivarta Vilas by Bhakta Das Baul is completely different from the other two books. Sometimes a university student or professor tries to study these transcendental literatures and attempts to put forth a critical analysis from the mundane view and with an end to receiving degrees like a PhD. Such realization is certainly different from that of Ramanand Rai. If one actually wants to take a PhD degree from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and be approved by Ramanand Rai, he must first become free from all material designations. A person who identifies with this material body cannot understand these talks between Sri Ramanand Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Man-made religious scriptures and transcendental philosophical talks are quite different. Indeed, there is a gulf of difference between the two. The subject matter has been very diligently described by Sriman Madhvacharya. Since material philosophers are situated in the material conception of life, they are unable to realize the spiritual prema vilas vivarth. They cannot accommodate an elephant upon a dish. Similarly, mundane speculators cannot capture the spiritual elephant within their limited conception. It is just like a frog trying to measure the Atlantic Ocean by imagining it so many times larger than his will. Materialistic philosophers and Sahajias cannot understand the talks between Ramananda and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu concerning the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. The only tendency of the impersonalists or the Prakrit Sahajias is to face the platform of impersonalism. They cannot understand spiritual variegatedness. Consequently, when Ramananda Rai attempted to sing his own verses, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped him by covering his mouth with his own hand. Because not everybody is ready for this. So, anyway, we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.